Hello, my name is Andrew Guilford, and the policy that I researched was worker compensation. What is worker compensation? A generalization of worker compensation is when an employee gets compensated for work-related accidents or illnesses. Illnesses such as cancer can be caused from extended exposure to harmful materials. This can be caused from working with materials or any other chemicals that they may inhale or be closely working with. These laws require employers to provide a safe work environment. If not, then there can be very severe litigation and even trials that may be very harmful in the long run for employers. Compensations can either be cash benefits or medical treatment for the employee. This can be paying them straight up in cash or the medical treatment for them to get rid of this illness or work on from their injury. In Ohio, the law is required that employers with more than one employee has to purchase work compensation insurance. When workers are coming back from injury, employees must be cleared by a physician. When they come back from injury, there are a couple ways that they're able to come back to work. One is work limitations. They're limited to certain tasks, meaning if they have some sort of back injury, they may not be able to lift boxes that are way too heavy for them without the risk of being injured again. While work restrictions do not allow them to do certain tasks at all. This can be going from lifting boxes or moving heavy items in a warehouse to straight going to a desk job where they don't have to lift anything due to some type of illness or injury they may have occurred. Worker compensation during COVID-19. During COVID-19, there were a lot of factors that went into compensation. There was no way of knowing if an employee contracted COVID from work or home. Frontline workers were compensated during COVID all the time. This can be healthcare professionals, police officers, or firefighters. Workers who contracted COVID would be a case-to-case instance for compensation. This means that they would do research into how many other people may have contracted COVID in the office or wherever the worker may be. The NASW Ethics Code. The Ethics Code of Conduct is a set of standards that guide social workers. The code is in place for social workers to help people who are in need. This can be from service, social justice, dignity and the worth of the person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence. The Worker Compensation and the NASW Ethics Code. The Ethics Code and worker compensation go hand in hand. Worker compensation is all about helping those in need who get injured or contract an illness while at work. The NASW looks to see if the illness or injury happened at work. During COVID-19 especially was a difficult time for compensation, not knowing when COVID-19 was contracted. Now the different views of worker compensation. In the first article that I read, this article interviewed 402 workers from both Florida and Wisconsin. The results varied between subjects and between states. There were some positive and had a proper outcome of compensation, whether it was through cash benefits or medical treatment. The majority were not happy with their experience, saying it was frustrating, cumbersome, or demeaning. This is very sad to see because worker compensation should be held at a high standard when workers are injured or contract an illness while doing their job. In the second article that I read, this article talked about how worker compensation was necessary, stating that getting the worker back as soon and as safely as possible was the priority. Physicians are the only ones that are able to move the process along. Physicians should remain familiar with the compensation process. This is due to the fact that the more they work in worker compensation and have to deal with these types of cases, the faster and better they will become at it. This is very different from the first article, which stated that a lot of people were not getting the compensation they deserved or needed after an illness or accident at work. Now, the question that I had after researching about worker compensation is worker compensation necessary, and how can it be improved or changed? During my research, I've always thought of ways to improve or change how worker compensation is given or how it can be improved. These are my citations. My name is Andrew Guilford, and thank you for watching.